The Northside Monarchs are in their final practice before their home opener at Jones Senior. After that, they have another road game in New Hanover before opening up at home September 1st against Clinton. The field sports a new scoreboard and an improved press box.
Demetrius Jones, wide receiver and DB.
And you're starting your senior year. You kind of got the college bug off your back, so you know where you're going after this. But tell me what you're looking forward to in this particular season, coming off of last year's state championship run.
I think we needed a lot of improvement. We lost a lot of seniors, so it's our job as rising seniors to step up and fill those shoes. And like Coach P said in a lot of other interviews, we can't live off of last year's success. We got to kind of make our own thing. So really this year I think we need to focus on our leadership and being better leaders on the field.
Now you're in 3A. That's kind of a different place for you to be. Does that really make a difference to you when you take that field?
No, ma'am. They put on uniforms like we do.
Now you'll be meeting some of the same teams you've met since you started playing football here. Of course, this time it's going to be for conference points as opposed to non-conference. Does that kind of heighten the impact of that Jacksonville game, or has that always been a big one for bragging rights of the city?
Yes, ma'am. It's always been bragging rights. It's always a pleasure to play Jacksonville. They have a lot of talent over there. But as far as us playing conference points with them, it'll still be the same.
What do you think that you have improved on from last season to this season as far as either strength or your playing ability?
Last year, I played offense and defense, and I really wasn't a good tackler. And I think this year I got better at tackling, and I was a better vocal leader. Last year, I kind of was up front, but I didn't really use my vocal speaking skills. So this year I'm more vocal as a leader.
Okay, and did you work on anything in particular in the off season?
Yes, ma'am. Really, speed, in and out my cuts on routes and stuff. Trying to get my weight up and really just working on my hands and footwork.
Coach Pollock, last practice before the season, you have 2 road games. Does it take any different preparation to start the team on the road like this and not have that first home game until September?
It does, because you got to get everything situated as far as your travel time, and it's a lot easier coming out playing that first game at home. But we travel over to Jones Senior, and hopefully we can avoid the mistakes and come back home with a victory.
One thing that you will have this year with the move up to 3A is a little bit more travel time. We understand you're pretty much going to double your travel distance, and a lot of that's the non-conference, particularly the fill-in game with Bedingfield. That was kind of a late addition when you had one more slot to fill.
Right, yeah. The travel time to Bedingfield is going to be, I'm looking at it as like a playoff situation for the guys. You never know who you're going to play in the playoffs, and last year we had to travel to Random. It was like 3.5-4 hour drive. So going that hour and a half to Bedingfield to get us kind of used to that, and then the other distance as well, going to Wallace Rose Hill and taking on New Hanover. So it gets the guys ready for the postseason if we're lucky enough to make it that far.
Now, you're playing Jones Senior for the 3rd straight season. You have gotten the better of them the last 2 seasons. I guess you really have to work the team to get in that mindset that this doesn't become a trap game. Right.
I always told the kids, we could start off 0-6 or either 1-5. Can't take Jones lightly. We have to make sure that we come out and play ball and just come out and play the best we can. I think if we do that, we'll have a good situation.
You've been working in a new quarterback for this season. How has Elliott been in practice this week?
He's been real well. He's going to do an excellent job for us, I think. He's been a leader that we need him to be, and he's picked up the offense, and he's been studying film with Jones Senior, and I'm expecting him to have a big game tomorrow night.
With Dangerfield being a southpaw, how has that affected your receivers, especially your returning receivers who are used to getting that ball from a right-handed quarterback?
Well, they had to get used to the ball because it comes out different to them. And they've done a good job this summer of catching the ball and finding out, just getting used to the ball coming out of Elliott different. And I think they're going to do an excellent job, and we've done an excellent job all summer, so I don't expect a letdown come Friday night.
What might be different about this year's team other than that critical offensive scheme that Dangerfield is going to bring you? As you had mentioned to us on the show, a little bit of a different throwing arm than Jonte McMullen had. What are some of the other changes that we might see on the field in how this team looks this year as opposed to last?
I think experience. A lot of these guys we had last year, they know what I expect. They know what it takes to get to the state championship, and that's our goal, to get back there this year, and hopefully Carter fall in our favor.
And that's going to be a tough road. We know you do not have a light non-conference schedule, and your conference schedule, Havelock is probably one of the biggest challenges. Not to underestimate any other team on that schedule, but Havelock is, I guess, a challenge for everyone in the conference.
Right. We played Havelock the last couple of years non-conference. That was always our measuring stick. We knew if we came out and played pretty well against Havelock, then we have a good chance come conference time. But now we know that we have to beat Havelock to win the conference, and then hopefully the guys come ready to play that night, and we'll come out of that game with a victory.
Family.